duel, 74th meeting all time.
But we're right here with Brad Yokum. Looking forward to this one.
5 pounds, Brad Yokum, redshirt freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina, gets the start for NC State against true freshman Rocco Hayes out of Orland Park, Illinois. So young matchup here, a couple of freshmen. Yeah. And Vincent Robinson, of course, the reigning national champ at this weight class. Both sides not going with their typical starter at 125.
Here we are with Hayes looking to score this takedown. Gets Yokum's hands on the mat for 2 points, 3 points, excuse me. I got to catch up.
You may remember Hayes, brothers Louis and Sammy both wrestled at UVA. He's one of 9.
Absolutely, yeah. Louis Hayes, he was a very good wrestler for UVA.
So it comes from a good wrestling family.
I'm sure there's been plenty of matches going on in the Hayes household growing up.
Vince Robinson, it's his bobblehead night. He is not going at 125, so Yokum gets an opportunity here in an ACC duel.
Yeah,
first time in the ACC for him.
Absolutely, first time for Brad Yokum, and guys they got to be grateful for the opportunity to wrestle, not just wrestle in general, but wrestle for an ACC dual meet and in a full house like we have here tonight for Virginia. It's an honor to get to do it.
So imagine that, Yokum, just 7 matches in his career, 0-1 career in duels, but now you're here in Reynolds. It's a great crowd for the ACC opener, as you would expect.
Yep, versus another freshman. This is good here for Brad's opportunities. So Brad's got to look to keep control on the inside too, and he's got to keep moving his feet. And you're seeing it right here, and Louis backing up and getting in on that single leg. He's looking to drive his shoulder in and drive up to his feet. Right here, he's on that leg. Yokum's looking to get that left hand whizzer in to kind of extend things out and bring Hayes' face to the mat. But Hayes gets this up and looks like he's close to scoring here. He's secured that ankle. I don't know if the ref sees it yet though. Brad's doing a good job fighting that. Not sure exactly what the ref's looking for. Brad.
Coach Garland wants the 3 here. And there it is. Yeah. Rocco Hayes with
it's after early.
So the true freshman, top 60 recruit, according to Flow Wrestling. He's a Fargo Freestyle National champ.
Gotcha, thank you.
Setting the tone here for UVA on the road.
You look where Hayes is working. Everything's forward. That's just good fundamental top wrestling. Everything's forward. You're driving the guy forward, in on the legs, finish with a double leg, puts Yokum on his hip. Yokum's continuing to wrestle. He's got to keep making those transitions back to his feet, keeping Hayes keeping up with him, right? Make Hayes keep up with him instead of, you're keeping up with Hayes. You always want to be dictating the positions in wrestling. And great wrestlers are always dictating the position they're in and the next position.
Virginia fired up about the first period for Hayes.
Stay right here on the mat.
And have a little blood time here. This will give Yokum and NC State some time to talk things over. Good news is you're in the room with Vincent Robinson, so there's nothing that you haven't seen, right? But some adjustments to be made after the first period.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad has good partners all around him. He's seen really good wrestling, so it's nothing that's going to catch him off guard. He's seen one of the fastest guys in the country. He wrestles with Hohman, who wrestles in a ton of different positions and scrambling. So now it's you got to bring that confidence to the match. And knowing Hayes is also another freshman, you belong in this match. You got to believe in yourself here, and we're going to see a different Brad hopefully in the second period.
That's me. Keep your hands. We talked about it. Keep your hands cleaned up.
Incidental poke in the eye. Yokum from Ragsdale High School in the 3-3-6. Describes his wrestling style as simple, straightforward, not flashy, but fundamental.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree on that. And as you see it in his style, right? It's nothing out of the ordinary. He's looking to get to his ties, and once you get to your ties, you move your opponent, you pull the trigger on those things.
Imagine some nerves here on both sides.
Oh, Hayes with that leg in. That's a quick 3. Secure that, got that leg in, and brought Yokum to the mat.
1 green.
This is going to be a match where UVA is probably looking to get bonus points now. They're already in that territory, and only halfway through the match, we might be seeing major decision and possibly more if he can score some back points in here. He was working a half Nelson.
Hayes looking to bounce back, lost his last 2 bouts, but before that, got a win by fall over Christian Mendoza, Bridgeport. He's looking to bounce back, not just with a win, but another bonus point win. He's in that territory already.
Hayes with that quick underhook throw by, right to that leg in, gets Yokum's hands on the mat, secures that quick 3. Very, very nice takedown by Hayes.
Come on.
And if UVA is looking for a path to victory tonight, this is getting bonus point here would be very important. You know, it's a path to victory for UVA is not out of the picture, and scoring bonus points here, especially over a major decision. If he can get back points in here somehow, that could definitely change the trajectory of the game, I think.
Prior to 2014, Virginia beat NC State 7 consecutive times. But since 2014, it's been all NC State. 11 straight wins over the Hoos. So the last win for Virginia actually came here in Raleigh all the way back in 2013.
I think I was there for that one. I was in the stands in the old Reynolds for that one. I was not on the bench for that one.
Coach Garland, winning as coach in UVA wrestling history, earned his 200th career win back on December 21st in his 20th season with Virginia. Done a fantastic job. Got him 8-3 so far. You talk to him, always love his energy.
Yeah, Steve's always excited. He's a very grateful, energetic human that's excited to be anywhere, everywhere he is. And you know, bringing that stuff's important.
Out of
You know,
bounds.
and I think his guys like that, and his other coaches and whatnot. He brings good energy.
All right, good start here, guys. All right, Green,
And
get on.
where else would you rather be than a Friday night? Starting off ACC competition?
This is tough to beat, man. Friday night in Reynolds, ACC. Hayes with a good mat return here, putting a hard ride on Yokum here, really controlling this match, running up the riding time. Now he's probably working for a turn on top. He's going to really start to wear on Yokum and look to do something that can get him to his back for 4 points.
So he's got the ride time point locked up, but the escape for Yokum.
You see Coach Garland here calling for more action. He wants Hayes to score another takedown here, secure this major decision victory.
Wrestler, center.
Takes a little peek at the clock. 50 seconds left. Couple of takedowns for Hayes in the first period. Added one more in the second.
Yeah, right now he's got a 7-point lead. He's got one more takedown. He's got to get score here, and Coach Garland's pushing for it. And just a little bit different Hayes. Freshman, maybe not as eager to get after that last point, his last takedown, but he's been very high percentage when he has gotten to Yokum's legs. Here he is deep on a knee pull single, cuts Yokum to his butt, and gets his head out. Looking for a takedown there, and backs possibly too. With that claw in deep, no swipes. That wouldn't change it. He's going to lock in for this major decision victory, and a good ACC debut for Rocco Hayes.
Rocco Hayes.
True freshman, winning the ACC at an away venue. Impressive work, stud.
Major decision.
Yeah, stud work out of Rocco Hayes.
So a nice tone setter, 13-3, the major decision for Coach Garland and his Hoos.
I'm excited for this one here. This should be exciting. There should be some good action here. Yarbrough is always exciting, and so is Yokum. Excuse me, not Yokum, Hohman.
And he's always fun to watch.
Yeah, and Hohman doesn't give up any easy points. Hohman fights for everything very hard. It's not an easy guy to score on, so this should be an interesting match.
Yarbrough now in his 5th year When he was a junior, he qualified for NCAAs at this weight. He went 4-1 in ACC duels. His only loss was to NC State's Kyle Rini.
Gets to go behind looking for the mat return here, and here's Hohman with the roll. Presumably this is where Hohman goes, and Yarbrough comes out on top, but no takedown yet. Hohman's looking to get out of bounds with it, and they're deep in a scramble here. Out of bounds. This is exactly the match we're looking for. Had this one circled. Yarbrough creating action. Hohman's not an easy guy to score, and Virginia's considering the challenge on this. No brick thrown, though. No brick thrown.
Keep the brick.
Too early in the match. Too early in the match. Minute in. That's it. There's going to be other close scoring situations.
It was close because I immediately looked over. I was expecting to see the break earlier.
Yarbrough into this shot, but here's Hohman on the ankles again, rolling. Yarbrough looking to defend his legs now. Hohman's back on his legs.
Boy, only 1 minute in. This is exactly what we were expecting to see.
This is good. This will be an exciting match. We're going to see a lot of this stuff.
Stalemate.
Hohman went 2-2 at the Southern Scuffle. Wrestled at the Southeast Open. He finished third there. Got a ranked win over Ethan Oakley, 14th ranked Ethan Oakley of Carolina.
This is the first competition. This is the first competition for Yarbrough in a year and a half, Coach Garland said. So this will be interesting to watch for sure.
So long layoff. I did ask, hey, there's any kind of restrictions or he's full go? He said no, he's 100%. He's ready to go.
We'll go nice drag to get in on Yarbrough's legs, but wasn't able to secure anything further. Yarbrough's a long body too. He's a lot of arms and legs on him, so.
Center,
keep it distance.
Out of the state of Ohio. He was a Ohio State champion in 21.
Nice pose to the underhook.
We're neutral.
Here they are in the seatbelt position.
We're still neutral.
Yarbrough looking to control this knee and get his arm free, but Hohman again tough in this position. Fighting legs, has a deep whizzer that he's controlling. No takedown yet. Hohman still has Yarbrough's knee kind of twisted out, but they're calling three here.
Now the three is given.
You got 3 green.
It went up,
Yarbrough's knee is completely twisted. I don't want.
Get out of it.
Jeez, that was
potentially dangerous.
Look at that, but yeah. Yarbrough had control, but Hohman just had his foot, but he secured that. Look where Hohman goes to the underneath to grab a hold of Yarbrough's foot. If we get that far,
green,
but,
come on. Yep.
he had the thing twisted out pretty good, but nonetheless, Yarbrough controlled it. Hohman to his feet here with 30 seconds remaining. Yarbrough going to bring him down. Last 20 seconds is always a block of time where people are practicing in matches or in practice, right? Scoring in the last 20 changes the outcome of the match so much because you don't give your opponent time to recoup those points, get that escape. You take them down, you ride them out. But we're not going to see any of that in this period at least. But what do we have? 4 stalemated positions in 3 minutes and 1 takedown. This is right on par for what we were expecting.
A lot of action. Yarbrough with the takedown. 3-1 lead through the first period. So UVA off to a great start.
Here we go.
And again, just a couple of years ago, last time we saw him, he was nearly perfect in the ACC. That loss to Orini. Orini was ranked 5th in the country. Yarbrough was competing with the best of the best, and again into NCAAs.
Over to his feet quick.
Still you, Red.
Looking to get out and then looking right back to an attack. Those are good fundamentals. Those are good winning positions that guys can get through. Escape, takedown ride, those type of things.
Hohman describes his style as kind of a counter puncher.
Absolutely.
A little bit reactive. You've kind of seen that so far.
You see it. There's never a clean takedown. He's always finding a leg to scramble or something. You know, he's not an easy guy to score on. You may get in deep, but you're not going to get those points quick. Wow, not sure what that was, but look like an elbow pass or a foot sweep attempt, but
battle through this position.
These guys are agile. They're staying on their feet.
Battle through here. Stalemate, both up. Here we go. Here we go.
Another stalemate. Hohman out of Harrison City, Pennsylvania. 45 minutes southeast of Pittsburgh. He's a Steelers fan.
Centers.
Coming in his last 45 of the second period. I'm sure we'll see some action.
Get out of that finger grip, guys.
Hohman in deep to the body. He's got this leg in. Ref calls it quick here. And Yarbrough has a deep whizzer, but points are scored. This is definitely a stalemate. That's kind of a quick stalemate in the position, but nonetheless, you watch Hohman kind of shoots in quick and kind of puts Yarbrough right on his butt. Kind of shot right at the right time, and Yarbrough was going to execute something himself and got put on his heels. Important 25-second ride out here, 26 seconds.
Cover legal.
For Hohman to keep him on the mat to be tied going into the third period.
You were talking about late scoring, not quite in that 15-second window or so, so a little more.
This is pretty close though. Important points. Hohman giving up there though.
Yarbrough gets the escape to get back in front at 5-4.
Because I believe it's Yarbrough's choice going into the third.
Red, your choice.
Excuse me. Hohman's choice.
Okay. Red takes down, third period.
One takedown each.
Here we go. Yep.
Look at this weight class.
ACC's good, man. 5 ranked wrestlers, and once Yarbrough gets more matches under his belt, he'll probably be in the rankings too.
Again, Hohman already with a win over Oakley this year.
Still green.
Hohman looking for the roll, but Yarbrough expecting it. He's seen Hohman roll about 5 times on him so far.
He has seen that move a couple times.
Not that surprised by it. Nice chop and driving him forward. Hohman's got to fight those hands and get his hips away. He's got to cut his hips hard and get his hips away from where Yarbrough is. And these are 2 long guys. Yarbrough is getting a very nice return on that. Very nice job lifting that single leg and finishing that. And even better, right in his own corner, that direction. His coaches. So this is working out well for Yarbrough in his third period ride out. Coming up on a minute of riding time to potentially put him ahead if he can allow that escape point on Hohman. Hohman can score that escape and be tied 5-5 on the board, but Yarbrough still having that riding time advantage.
He does go over a minute now. 104 and counting, you see. He was in the neighborhood of a stall and then able to reset and put Hohman back down.
Yeah.
And that was huge.
Yeah, they were kind of playing a little chess match, cat and mouse. Like, you gonna cut me away, or I'm gonna, like, that type of thing. And you gotta take advantage of things. Don't stand there and wait for a ref to give you a free call. Control what you can control out there.
Okay, come on, Green.
So Yarbrough, in his first action in a year and a half in an ACC duel, he has been tough on top here in the third.
Absolutely. Now here's Hohman escapes with 30 seconds left, but Yarbrough he's got riding time locked up now.
Yes, he does.
Hohman's going to come after him, but Hohman's a bit of a counterpuncher, so he's not always the one shooting, but he did score a takedown earlier. If he can muster up something like that, that'd be great.
Got a takedown in the second, trying to get to the leg. Yarbrough defending, 10 seconds left. Another roll.
Trying to create something from here, and he might have something in short time. Scrambling all around, but too little, too late.
A great return from Marlon Yarbrough.
Great match by both gentlemen. That's one we had circled from the beginning, and
Let's go.
Gave us what we were looking for.
Good battle, guys. Good job.
And UVA takes a 7-0 lead.
Both sides, okay? One more time.
6-5 decision for Yarbrough. Great to see him back on the mat for UVA. And he picks up a win at 133.
Yeah, that's a wrestler, exciting wrestler across the conference, right? We're going to see him go a lot of good matches. There's a lot of really good wrestlers at 133 in the conference.
Start on both knees.
He'll bring fireworks every match.
To his return after a year and a half off with injury, he got in a thrilling 6-5 decision Now we go on to 141. Ryan, Jack, Gable, Porter. They're no strangers. They wrestled over the summer. We were also intrigued by this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. They wrestled over the summer at a freestyle event, different rule set. But Porter came away with the victory. RJ's a much better folk style wrestler. But here's Gable Porter controlling the center of the mat. And RJ's a wrestler that likes to wrestle from space. So you're not going to see a lot of attacks off contact. He's going to get his hands free. There's going to be space between the opponents, and RJ's going to shoot.
Hey, let me see your face.
Ryan Jack, 2024 All-American ACC champ, 3 times an NCAA qualifier, coming off a red shirt last year.
Got a blood time here, I think.
Blood time.
Porter came out hot. Porter came out ready to wrestle in your face.
See the right brow of Jack bloodied. Porter, last year, went 3-3 in the ACC, lost to Troy Hohman by decision. That was at 133 pounds, so he's up to 141. 16-4 on the year is Porter. His only 4 losses, they've all come against ranked wrestlers.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity because RJ's been on a little bit of a skid. He's had a couple losses in the last couple matches, so this is definitely one where Porter's looking to take advantage of
cleaned up. Both guys keep your hands cleaned up.
A bit. This would be it.
Speaking of Jack, also ranked wrestlers. He lost to #1 Jesse Mendez of Ohio State, lost to Joey Olivieri of Rutgers as well. So both these guys have been tested, but looking, and both of them do have a ranked win under their belt already, but looking for a good contest here.
Absolutely.
Jack with that #8 ranking.
Porter very, very aggressive with his hands. See him on Jack's neck, pulling, hard collar ties.
Let him go, guys.
Very physical with his hands. And RJ's looking to move his head, looking to get an angle and fire off his shots here.
Porter, a redshirt sophomore from Council Bluffs, Iowa. 3 times an Iowa State champ.
Stop.
Hands are physical. Hands are physical here.
Both guys cleaned it up here. Okay? Not a brawl, a wrestling match.
RJ's a more finesse kind of past the head, and Porter's whacking at RJ's headgear. But that's wrestling. There's so many different styles of it, you know. You got to figure out what you're facing, and sometimes being real heavy with your hands is part of your game plan. It's part of how you operate. So no change in that. So you see here, Porter's really been controlling the center of the mat and really dictating the contacts. It's always, you know, Porter's making very, very intense, physical, and it's definitely not a style that RJ's used to. Not used to, but doesn't wrestle that same way.
Yeah.
Wrestles very much the opposite.
I mentioned coming off the redshirt year, that was something that Jack wanted to improve a little bit. He felt at times that he started slow, wanted to attack a little more early, but his default is a little more of a patient start to a match.
Yes, patient, casual pace. Can wrestle with anyone. Very good wrestler, but that's not his. If he was to choose how it goes, it is not what Porter's doing right now. I'll tell you that much.
Battle in, battle in.
No leg attacks this first period.
Surprised by that?
Down.
A little bit, but RJ didn't really get an opening, which is good wrestling on his part,
front.
right? If you don't have an opening, you're not going to take a shot. And Porter probably had a few openings, but you can kind of tell his game plan is come out, be physical, wear him down, work on him, get him out of his comfort zone, and then execute.
We saw in that graphic the ranked wrestlers at this weight class, and Ryan Jack is the favorite, if you will, going into the start of ACC competition. The highest ranked wrestler, #8. He also already has a win over Tom Crook of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and Porter's in great position. RJ on his belly, on his hip. 15 seconds in here, Porter's working well. RJ's going to look to control hands and work out. He's experienced, so he knows where he's at. But a good momentum for Porter for sure.
Wrestling with a lot of confidence, intensity.
Very nice mat return by Porter, kind of getting RJ off balance and bringing him backwards. RJ scoring the escape. 45 seconds of riding time for Porter, though.
Center, battle in, all the way in. Battle all the way in. Center in. All the way in.
Porter's best win of the year, 22nd ranked Jordan Soriano of Drexel. That was at the Navy Classic where he finished 5th.
Battle in, both wrestlers, all the
Looking
way
for his
in.
first top 10 win of the season.
Heavy hands out of Porter. Club, scrape, underhook, pressure, club, scrape. It's a pattern, but it's a winning pattern for sure. You're watching it out here, and it's controlling the match. Hasn't turned any points yet, so really at the end of the match it may not matter, but it definitely is something that controls, and there might be a stall call coming too.
Red, your stall warning.
There is the stall warning.
Action. Okay, you have a
I've
stall
watched
warning.
this a few times. Let's see how this can happen.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's why we love having you on the call. Got some experience.
That I do. That I do. I've seen it from both angles, on the mat, in the corner, in the stands, at home on TV.
How aware are you of that when you're on the mat? There's a lot going on. You're focusing on the guy in front of you, plus the clock. You're thinking it's
here we go. Knees behind,
plus,
hands in front.
are you in stall territory? How much can you think of that at all in that
Yeah, no, it
circumstance?
definitely comes into mind, right? Like
I might get hit here. I got to be careful.
Yeah, especially if, you know, in RJ's situation, you're treading along that border the whole match. You know, that's got to be in your mind too. But the clock doesn't really, at least for myself, I was never really worried about the clock. I'd have the coaches yell at times because I didn't want to look up at it.
Not concerned with that.
No, absolutely not. If there's time on it, I'm wrestling hard. You guys can tell me when there's 30 seconds left or a minute, whatever. And RJ giving up that quick escape, so riding time's not a factor in this match, but Porter controlling the match and dictating a lot of things is definitely kind of swinging in his favor. But RJ's one shot away. RJ needs one opening. He knows how to get to the legs, and he's very good when he gets to the legs. He just hasn't found that opening. Porter's been staying in a very low stance. Inside tie, collar tie, not his tie. He scrapes it off. So Porter's been doing a really good match, really good tactics and control here.
Well, you talked about the path for Virginia winning here. And getting off to a nice start, 7-0. Porter in upset territory here. That could swing this duel. They need an upset probably somewhere.
Absolutely, and here's Porter in on the leg, takedown.
He gets the takedown.
Right out of bounds.
5 seconds left.
Very good attack from Jack, re-attack from Porter. Quick score, out of bounds. He'll start back on top. Right here, RJ with the attack. Porter with the re-attack catches that ankle and runs it down quick right on the line too. Gives him a clean start in the center of the mat. He's only got 18 seconds to the riding time. So RJ needs to really escape, turn, shoot.
1 green, 2 green, 3 green.
25 seconds left.
RJ with the Granby roll to the escape. 15 seconds on the clock. RJ in. Hands locked. Hands locked with 10 seconds. Can RJ pivot this up? And needs to get his head out from underneath, but Porter's got his hands in all the right spots. 2 seconds left. Porter's going to take this one.
Gable Porter with a top 10 win. And Virginia 3-0 in the first 3 bouts.
That was a tough matchup for Jack stylistically, but Porter looked great right from the start. Contact club, underhook, scrape. Everything was Porter's. He was controlling the center of the mat. He was backing Jack up. That was impressive work by Porter.
He improves to 7-1 in duels this year. Does Gable Porter?
Yeah, he was a hammer on the mat tonight. That was impressive. Very physical and dictated the whole match.
And again, we told you NC State's won 11 in a row.
I think it was fresh. I think it just got...
And it has been pretty dominant. You see 322 to 92. Last year in Charlottesville it was 32 to 4. But already a 10-0 start. Virginia ready to start ACC competition.
Absolutely, they've looked great here tonight in Raleigh. And Denkins is a transfer from Campbell. When Campbell took a big hit to their funding, Denkins transferred to UVA here.
And so now it's already your ACC opener. You got the crowd here. The lights are bright. A little more pressure on fifth-ranked Coy Buesgens,
Shake hands, please. Good luck.
who Coach Popolizio says he's got all the tools to win a national championship. He is wrestling so well right now. Feels like he's really in the mix nationally. Going up against Winton Denkins, the junior from Ohio, as you mentioned, Nick, the two-year Campbell transfer.
Yeah, this is his ACC debut too. You know, wrestling in the ACC is a lot different than the SoCon. I'll tell you that much. So Buesgens does have what it takes. He's got to put it all together at the right time, the right matches. He's great defensively, great offensively. It's just, you know, keep executing those things.
It is a
very hard to score on. It's going to be a close match. Buesgens always runs close matches, and it looks like Denkins is experienced, and you know he knows how to wrestle, and Garland's going to have ready guys on his team.
Denkins 13-6 on the year. Buesgens 13-1.
Takedown right to the hip. Very good here. Buesgens going to look to build up, and nice work from Denkins though, not letting him secure any ties.
That takedown for Buesgens on the year, 25 takedowns. He's only surrendered 2.
He's not an easy guy to score on. You watch him, he'll very flexible. Denkins in deep on this high crotch for a takedown of his own.
Wow.
That was explosive.
Green, 1 green.
Very explosive trade in takedowns in this first minute and a half. This should be a good one.
How about that? We're talking about not easy to score on Denkins. It's the move.
Yes, and here Buesgens getting his leg down, so we're knotted at 4 again.
Denkins, an NCAA qualifier at 149 last year at Campbell. 33 wins on the year last year.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go there. Nothing going on there.
Quick
Let
scores
those things
out of
go.
both wrestlers. Explosive.
Mentioned Buesgens 13-1. The one loss he had against 6th-ranked Ethan Stiles of Ohio State, it was controversial. Looked like he had a takedown, ended up not being called. Very controversial. So he can easily be unbeaten right now.
Match. Yeah, he very well could be undefeated. He wrestles like he's undefeated. Denkins is bringing a lot of pressure and, you know, different, new to the conference, or someone Buesgens probably hasn't seen before. I don't believe, but he's good. He's good. That was a very exciting takedown in the match here with a 5th-ranked Buesgens. Buesgens in on nice single leg, but Denkins breaks that lock and ducks again. Same attack as earlier, but Buesgens looking for a leg pass here. Probably going to get potentially dangerous.
Stop.
That's the right call. The fans don't like it, but you never want to see 2 guys knotted with their knees. We're in January. It's just not worth it.
Dangerous on that left knee of Denkins. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, let's go.
Buesgens with a good leg pass, but it puts those knees in a terrible position. Good call in the ref.
Here we go.
An electric first period.
Quick scores. Buesgens with the ankle pick, put Denkins right to his hip.
Stay here in the middle. You don't have a timeout.
And Denkins retaliates.
Stay here. Okay, let's go. Knees behind, hands in front.
Fireman steps up, scores, gives Buesgens no openings to counter or scramble in any which way.
Bottom. No, that's
Caution.
Caution.
Denkins.
Get set. Don't move.
Crowd trying to get Buesgens and NC State energized. Virginia has had all the juice so far in this one. And a quick escape.
Absolutely. This Virginia team has They came ready to wrestle. They've been dictating early contact. They're not getting bullied around by the crowd here in Reynolds. You know, they're very much in the match. In the entire dual meet, excuse me.
And this is very much a pretty young Virginia squad in what is an old sport. I know Yarbrough's in his 5th year, but again, he had been out injured for a year and a half. These are guys with, you know, for the most part we've seen so far, multiple years of eligibility left. Wrestling very well.
Coming up on a minute left in the second period, and Denkins carrying the 1-point advantage.
NC State ranked at 7 spots tonight.
Very good attempt, but good re-attack. Really good re-attack here. Buesgens with the double underhooks, and Denkins with the 3rd. Wow, this is really good. Really exciting. We'll have to catch this up. That was good.
Towards the edge of the mat here, 30 seconds.
Buesgens got to bring him all the way in. Look at this. There it is, and there's 3 points with 25 seconds on the clock. That was great wrestling on both opponents, but really impressive for Buesgens on multiple attempts.
Looking to turn.
Got a deep half Nelson. We might need to get Denkins' other arm out of the way to get back points, but Denkins recovered.
A late takedown in the second period, and Buesgens in front.
Yeah, he put the crowd on his feet with that one. That was exciting. Multiple attacks in a row, and good solid wrestling by Buesgens here. Gets that foot up, brings it back, gives him space to wrestle.
Okay.
They say pound for pound, he's one of the strongest guys for NC State, and you see the strength there to pull Denkins back in. That's tough to manage, yeah?
Absolutely, a combination of strength, mobility, flexibility, all those things. He's got a great gas tank. You don't see him gassing out there.
All right, so this bout is not disappointed either. What does the 3rd period hold? Denkins looking to continue the run for UVA. Buesgens looking to get the pack on firm footing.
Yeah, Denkins is going to have to, probably going to kick Buesgens loose at some point. Buesgens is going to score this escape, because I don't see Denkins being able to turn Buesgens the way this is going. But here we go. There's the escape. Denkins is 1 takedown away. Denkins has scored multiple fireman kind of peek out attempts coming off of either an overhook or Buesgens' elbow. So look to see something like that. Likely to Buesgens' left leg. That's where Denkins have went a handful of times.
And again, Buesgens had only given up 2 takedowns coming into tonight, but Denkins has scored a takedown. That's got to give him some confidence here with a minute to go.
Yeah. No, and Buesgens needs to keep wrestling too, because we know Denkins can score on him, and nice little duck attempt, keep things moving. Big double leg from the knees. Buesgens definitely needs to keep wrestling here. Gets to that ankle. Good wrestling on Buesgens' part. Now,
same situation here.
Same exact. He's got to bring this back to the center of the mat. He's got to bring this back to the center of the mat. There's a lot of wrestling left. Bring it back all the way to the center. Puts him on his hip. Very nice. Still no 2 though. No 3, excuse me.
Got to work that right hand up, yeah.
Got that leg shelf. He needs to get across the body with 20 seconds left. Watch the roll here. There's a roll attempt. Buesgens kind of stuffed it.
There's the 3.
Got a cradle locked up here. Will he try to score backs on it? Maybe not. That's very tight for Denkins.
Troy Buesgens wins his ACC opener.
Reynolds on the feet, yeah.
This crowd fired up.
That's something to cheer for tonight. That's a good opponent too. That's a very good opponent. Buesgens.
9th ranked NC State. Andrew Sanders here with Nick Gwizdowski. We move to 157. And you could say, Rocco Hayes, we saw him get a major decision at 125. He was probably favored in that bout. For the most part tonight, it's been a ranked NC State wrestler against an unranked Virginia wrestler. flip the script here. Washleski ranked 29th in the country. Broken Tucker stepping in to this 157 role. Jackson Arrington, it's been announced out for the season. Had shoulder surgery. So the true freshman from St. Paris, Ohio, into the starting lineup. It is his first career collegiate duel. First time wrestling here in Reynolds in front of the crowd, and it's an ACC competition against a ranked guy. Yeah,
a ranked guy who's a graduate, and he's a transfer, so it's 2 ACC debuts.
How about that?
One true freshman, one graduate student, but nonetheless, we're underway with a match here, and this is a big opportunity for Tucker. He was a fairly highly regarded recruit coming in and training here in Raleigh this summer and against an experienced, ranked wrestler and Colton Washleski. And Washleski with a quick takedown.
Colton Washleski, as you mentioned, the transfer, 4 years at Ryder. An NCAA qualifier at this weight as a junior. And he scores a takedown just about a minute in. A couple of ranked wins on the year. Beat number 10, Jude Swisher, a pen. You think here this takedown to open things up.
Very good, gets to the head, pulls the head down, shoots. Simple as it gets, but doesn't matter what level. Pulling on someone's head usually opens up a shot. Tucker with the escape, good stand up, cutting away, fighting hands. Now Tucker's kind of got to get things moving in his direction. He's got to look a little bit more for his ties, look for some of his openings.
Now he is 7-2 on the year. He went 3-2 at the Southern Scuffle. So obviously tough news for Jackson Arrington, and you're losing a wrestler of his caliber in the lineup for NC State. But
Tucker in here almost looking to get his hands locked, but Washleski gets his legs back. Good defense. Defending a well-timed shot.
He'll have 2 years remaining after a medical redshirt, and for a guy like Broken Tucker, what an opportunity.
Yeah, these guys that are coming in out of high school, they're ready to go. They're good. They have experience. They believe in themselves. So true freshman, graduate transfer, take the age out of it at this point, especially where we are as a country with the talent we have in our developmental systems.
He gets in on a good one here. I'm going to get green here.
Tucker has a big gas tank.
Yep.
Going up against a guy with a lot of experience in Washleski.
Absolutely. If Tucker's going to utilize that gas tank, he's got to stay active this entire match. He's got to be working. Washleski with another good shot here from this score. Now he's on his chest.
Danger
3 seconds. And the pass. No takedown. A few more seconds that might have went to Tucker. Tucker's countered that very nicely.
Flurry of action there at the end of the first period. Just the one takedown, and it belongs to Washleski.
Down, second period. Here we go.
NC State has been so solid at this weight class. Hayden Hidley, Ed Scott, and Jackson Arrington stepping into that. But now true freshman Broken Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker's got what it takes to do it for sure. No doubt in my mind, but you got to come out and execute like everything. Tucker looking for an escape here. Green is still in control. Out of bounds. Second time, kind of back to back. Tucker's kind of gotten this kind of sit through position. It must be something he likes to get to because he looks very, very able, very familiar with the position.
He won the freshman-sophomore bracket in his collegiate debut at the Southeast Open. He actually beat his teammate, Latrell Schaefer, in the finals. Got a last-second takedown.
Still green.
Still green. Cradle,
cross the back.
Cradle,
one. Neutral.
There's the escape.
Tucker on his feet.
Say that again. Okay, got it. Battle in, battle in, battle in. A
lot of good hand fighting here, controlling different positions on both wrestlers' part, but no one's really gotten to an opening here in the second period since they got back to their feet, but you know you're going to see more of it because Tucker's down on the scoreboard. Oh, there we go. Just as I said, Washleski,
you got it, Green. You got it. You got
low
it.
double leg, securing both legs, 3 points. Nice shot from distance, pulls his head, fires a shot. 2 legs, 3 points.
Okay. Still you, Green. Still you, Green.
30 seconds left, second period.
Escape Tucker. Tucker's keeping himself in this match, coming to the end of the second period, but he's going to need to score a takedown of his own to kind of really bring him closer.
Stall warning.
Washleski with another shot and a stall warning on Tucker.
Stop.
Lost the headgear.
Yep. Here you go. Put it on, please. Yep. Put it on.
And that's kind of been Virginia all night, right?
Okay.
Forcing the action.
Stay right here.
Yeah, I would.
Aggressive, assertive.
Absolutely, I would agree. I think Virginia has definitely outshot NC State and has. There we go. Well timed. Same setup as before. Holding on Tucker's head. Releases, fires below the knees, secures 2 legs, 3 points.
So some new headgear for Colton.
Okay, guys, 12 seconds here.
Tucker's now got a stall warning against him, so he can't just be reacting. He's got to start to put Washleski on his heels and make some offensive movements.
You're pushing me. Top bottom neutral. Chooses down. Okay, don't move. Red, get on. Let's go. Get on. Yep.
Washleski will start on bottom.
Quick sit out by Washleski. Tucker trying to keep riding here, but he's getting a count, staying on that leg. He gets second stall here. And that's going to be a point, and yep. Washleski looking to sit through here, looking for a reversal of his own. Looking like he's going to get this here.
Yeah, he does get the reversal.
Reversal and 1 stall.
No, stop.
So how about that?
Doug, make sure we get the stall point there.
Gets the reversal, which also puts him up over a minute of ride time. So effectively a 10-3 lead here.
Okay. Yep. Okay, got it.
6-point lead here in the third. With riding time, 7-point lead. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Coach Garland encouraging Washleski to come. Here we are on our feet here. Washleski getting into bonus point territory with 1 takedown.
Tucker shoots, a little counter shot.
Tucker trying to jump over him and puts Washleski in a better position. Washleski with his hands locked. Put him to his hip. He's got to get that whizzer out. And get big and strong through it. And now he's got Tucker on his back for a moment.
Now into bonus point territory.
Absolutely, with this 8-point, 9-point lead with 45 seconds left. He could afford giving up an escape, but it looks like he's going to ride him here.
How about this?
You said it before. Garland's team came to Raleigh today ready to wrestle.
Here we go. And keep in mind, NC State won 6 consecutive ACC championships.
Came out of bounds.
Didn't win it last year. That streak broken in the championship. Still shared the regular season, though.
Yep.
They have been so dominant at the top of this conference. And again, 11 straight against UVA. You're going to get everybody's best shot. And I think they've seen Virginia's best so far. Virginia's been very impressive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Cavaliers with their 8-3 record, they came to the ACC opener tonight ready to go, and Garland and company's got their team ready.
2 green, 3 green.
With no Vince Robinson, no Jackson Arrington, and an upset win we saw. Gable Porter over Ryan Jack. Virginia on the cusp of being up double digits here through the first 5.
Yeah, through the first 5, absolutely, and getting that major decision at 125 where you got the #1 ranked wrestler who didn't wrestle tonight. That's a big difference. And Yarbrough with his return to the mat, an exciting wrestler that came out ready to scrap and proved that he still got it from where he was. And Gable Porter with an upset. So through these first 5, Cavaliers have looked really good.
Riding time.
13-4. Major decision for Colton Washleski. And Virginia 14-3 in a team point score through 5 bouts.
Good job,
At intermission, the crowd here.
Every match he shows up ready to wrestle. Solid fundamentals, good attack rate, good defensively. Discipline, stays in his stance, moves forward, practices good things, hard worker. Coaches say a lot of good things about him.
Say a ton of good things about him. Coach Pop said he's as good as any freshman that we've had. And Will Denny saying that he likes to work a relentless style. He wants to be entertaining. This is his ACC debut as a freshman. And some real pressure on him here because Virginia with a 14-3 team lead. Gwiz, how do you balance that? You want to wrestle your individual match, but you also know, you have to know in the back of your mind, hey, if we're going to start 1-0 in ACC competition, I got to make something happen here.
Absolutely. And you know, being in this second half of the lineup, I spent a lot of my career in the second half of the lineup. Sure. Okay, I'm going to pick it up a little bit. You know, I don't want this opposing team to get out of here with a victory. So I'm gonna make sure I bring it. I know what I bring to the match every time, and I wouldn't change the amount of risk I take in my match. It's more so a little bit mental, and a little bit sharper, and more disciplined, and be ready for a fight because the other team's showing up and fight tonight.
Yeah, I always think it's interesting, especially in your position when you start at 125 like we did tonight. You are, to use the baseball term, the closer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes it's going to come down to your heavyweight bout.
Yeah, and the way this dual meet's going and what the papers say, we might be seeing one of those tonight. Very possible.
It was such an advantage for some of the teams you were on to have an All-American national champion guy as the hammer at the back of that lineup, and kind of similar situation here.
Yeah, we have a very, very good closer in Isaac Trumbull, who's closed out some dual meets in the past for us, and it's you know, as an NC State alumni, it's kind of nice to know that we got a big man that'll close it out.
Stall warning to Michael Murphy.
That's exactly what you said, Coach Papalizio said about Denny, or Denny said about himself. Relentless, moving forward, he's in his stance. There's nothing flashy. That was, though, excuse me, excuse me. He might have heard me on that one.
Hold on, I got a little flash.
I'll fall back on that, but just solid moves, solid attack rate. Not every attack's going to score, but he's still looking for the attacks, and that's what wins.
He upset #5 Ryder Downey of UNI in the national duels. Named ACC Wrestler of the Week after he beat Patty Gallagher of Ohio State, who was ranked 11th. So Coach Papalizio saying, I'm very excited for Will Denny's second semester. He's wrestling with a lot of confidence right now in his ACC debut. Against the guy Michael Murphy with a little bit of experience.
Yeah, Will's a humble kid, ready to learn. He puts his shoes on and goes to work every day. There's no questions out of him. He's a good student of the sport.
He got some confidence this summer, 74 kilograms at the U20 Pan Am Championships in Peru, competing for Team USA. He won gold.
Hopefully someone's getting on the board here in the second period. Denny almost with the escape to his feet. And you see here we go, a good return effort out of Murphy, but then he gets his legs down.
The first point scored via escape.
Battle in.
UVA through 5 bouts, seeing that path to victory. Still a lot to be decided here.
Changing inside collar ties, one of the best positions to have in wrestling, the inside collar tie, and a handful of attacks. There's a stall warning, and Denny in deep. No takedown, Murphy with the leg pass.
He's in danger.
Murphy with the leg pass, and Denny looking to counter this, but we got the legs a little twisted up, and
yeah, it's good.
Denny looking to turn him to his back here.
Danger,
Some danger count here. And again, another leg pass. We're going mirroring each other with this. Looks like a Hohman or a Buesgens match here. Don't want to see any injuries here.
Stop this.
That's good.
Stop this. Potentially, I'm good.
It's been good refereeing tonight.
Yeah, I think the officials were. There's not much, a lot going on in this
Hey, you've been
replay here,
penalized
but
for stalling.
just kind of one guy leg pass and the other guy leg pass. Good wrestling, good actions on both of those.
Now remember, there was that second stall, so a point, and it looked like it was going to be the stall and a takedown, but the defense of Murphy was good. They just continued to wrestle through.
Yeah, Murphy did a great job on saving that takedown.
Yeah.
Because Denny was in deep, very close to scoring that.
A couple of times his back touched the mat, but able to defend. Late time here. Second period comes to a close. No takedowns yet. Decision here for Murphy.
Okay, let's go.
Choose bottom.
This is an important
right,
position in the match here for Denny to either get some riding time here, and even for Murphy getting an escape and keeping him within scoring distance without letting this match get away.
Wondering.
To his feet.
Switch attempt. Denny looking to drive him forward, but right where really good position here for Denny. Has Murphy flat, but also his feet in. So once things start getting difficult, you get right out of bounds. But you're putting a little bit of time here right on the edge here as a top wrestler.
Let's go.
Talked about the pace of Denny. That's been big here. That early stall warning. Already seen him hit with the second.
And that's what we said about Denny, right?
Difference in this match right now.
Same pace throughout the entire match, just consistent. And that's a good pace too. It's not a slow pace. Looking for a tilt here. Quick little tilt, but no count.
All of them. Still you, Red. Get his hands here for me.
Denny getting close. As I say that, Murphy scores the escape. So 1 point match here, 1 minute left. Takedown's gonna win it from either one of them.
That's what we saw in the youth bouts during intermission. One takedown to win.
Yeah, this is what we're looking at, 1 minute. And Denny's been aggressive. Denny's been making a lot of attempts at Murphy's legs, and Murphy really...
There's the stall.
Very good. Not many attempts on Murphy's part.
And that stall was given before Murphy went out of bounds.
Yeah.
And so another one.
2 points.
Hey, you've been penalized for 2 point stalling.
Coach Papalizzi was calling for Denny to stay on him. So one takedown.
Yeah.
Won't really change the match, but he's really encouraged Denny. This is a big match for, as a freshman, in on the leg. Looking to score this. Takedown.
That relentless pace from Will Denny pays dividends.
This will get riding time too. He holds him down. This will get riding time and to secure the major. Wow. Great last 45 seconds from Will Denny. Gets the crowd on their feet here in Reynolds.
NC State needed a big win. Will Denny provides it in his ACC. Number 5. He's got 3 top 10 wins this year. Hamilton had won 5 in a row before he went 0-2 at Southern Scuffle. He was pinned actually by Andrew Christie of Army. He also lost to Gabe Lilly of Clarion. So had been in form. His last 2 did not have a good scuffle. Now he's got a big test against number 5 Mattie Singleton. Does he bounce back? We'll find out.
Yeah, we got 2 hammers on the mat. This should be an exciting one here. Especially with a little bit of momentum shift to NC State. We'll see what Singleton looks like here in this first period. Will be important nonetheless.
Such a big year for Singleton last year. Finished 7th at NCAAs, reaching an All-American status. Also, again, the ACC champion. Said his career kind of feels like it's progressed at a really natural pace where he was ready to take the next step and did.
Center, gentlemen.
Yeah, he's
now there's only one goal left.
Every year left. And where he's at now, no reason he can't win the Nationals.
And you had told me before, because I asked you, all right, when do you realize, hey, I'm good enough, I could win a national championship? And I'm paraphrasing here, but you basically said, well, when I realized, hey, I'm All-American, I'm in the mix, I'm right there with the top guys in my weight. So why can't I win one?
Exactly. There's no hard line of like, now you can win one. It's, you're in that same pond as the other fish. There's those big fish, and you just got to keep training and believe in yourself, and that step comes naturally.
So Singleton coming off.
You really decide. Honestly, that's the thing. You decide when you're ready.
Yeah.
There's no one that says, okay, now you can win.
You don't have to be runner-up and then before you can win.
No, you can win, man.
And so he felt like that year to be 7th to get All-American. Okay, now I'm in that pond, as you say.
Yes, absolutely. He is there now.
And Hamilton bumping up to 174. Last year, an NCAA qualifier for the 2nd time at 65. He got a couple of wins last 2 years in the ACC semis over NC State's Derek Fields, but a new opponent here in a new weight class.
And in deep on an underhook. This is one of Singleton's best positions. Takedown to some near fall.
And there's a couple swipes there, and the brick gets thrown by Coach Garland.
Re-swipe. Singleton's very strong wrestler. When he gets to the body, he'll run that down, get to a body lock, and score, which we just saw. He's very good at that. We have a challenge brick coming in, so we'll probably review that here in the next 10 seconds when this period's over.
And there was no hesitation. I mean, as soon as he could get that brick, it was on the mat.
Absolutely. It's a 5-0 hole is tough to come out of. So if they can save some of those, especially 3 back points, that'll be a game changer, especially in a match that on paper should be pretty tight.
So the call on the mat was back points here for Singleton.
Yep, Singleton getting to that body, steps deep. Really confirms. An unsuccessful challenge for UVA.
Okay, 2nd period. Red chooses down. 2nd period.
Now
okay?
this is a tough situation for Hamilton now. So he's kind of got to shift his entire match to really pursue points a lot harder.
Quick escape.
6-point deficit against a very, very good wrestler, Mattie Singleton. I'm sure NC State fans are loving this because this puts them right there in bonus point territory in a match that on paper was going to be pretty tight.
So a steep hill to climb for Hamilton. If you mentioned how Hamilton's going to change some things for you, the way you go about it. If you're Singleton, how much do you change?
I think you keep being offensive because you
don't get conservative. Hey, I got a bigger lead than maybe I expected at this point.
No, especially where the team is being down 7 points.
You're thinking bonus.
You're a leader. You're a top-ranked guy. You got to score the points to get the major. You got to pursue that and get to your positions. Hamilton's going to need to take more attempts because he can't be conservative now with 3 minutes left of wrestling in the match. Fans are wanting another stall call here. This is where moving up to a new weight class can be challenging. Oftentimes you see guys struggle a little bit when they move up to a new weight class. You're getting guys of a different frame, a few inches taller, longer limbs, more
Keep
leverage.
your hands cleaned up. Keep your hands clean.
Singleton's a strong
Keep your hands
guy,
clean here.
I remember I've been very blessed to work with some great wrestlers. Yourself, Hayden Hidley was telling me when he bumped up a couple of weight classes. From a strength perspective, felt like I was fine, but to that point, some of the wrestlers were then longer.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes a difference, especially with when you're getting in on a leg, and maybe the guy's not as strong as you, but he's sprawled out.
Hey, get on there, don't roll. Okay, don't roll forward on him.
Or closing that distance on longer limbs, that type of thing. It makes a difference.
That's something you have to adjust to. Like, Hamilton might feel, hey, when you bump up a class, all right, there's going to be a strength advantage. It might be fine in that way, but still, Singleton with his long frame.
Singleton looking for another tight waist tilt there. The ref waving it off. No backs on that one. Singleton very strong with the leg riding too, so he's got his left leg in here, and as you see, Hamilton flattened out. Not a good spot to be in, especially under Singleton.
Take this arm legal on him there.
Very big arch on Hamilton's back. Singleton working for a turn here. I wonder if we're going to see another stall call. A lot of fans getting on their feet. Stall call might be coming. That would put him into major decision territory. Coach Garland's looking for a stalemate. Here's Mattie going to get off and look for one more takedown.
He's got the ride time locked up. 30 seconds to go.
6-point lead. Takedown's going to put him in major decision territory. State coaches are calling for it. Singleton's going to pick it up. This crowd's going to get behind him.
Singleton on the leg. Getting finished with 5 seconds left.
No points, but that was a good attempt. A few seconds earlier, might have had it.
An 8-1 decision for Mattie Singleton as he picks up another ranked win, defeating Nick Hamilton. So NC State needed to change the momentum after intermission. Will Denny, Mattie Singleton, back-to-back wins, and we've got ourselves a pretty great Friday night duel. It might come down to the wire here. 3 bouts to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Patrick Brophy in his ACC debut against Stephen Burrell Jr.